What's going on, guys? It's Dylan, and I'm back again with another comic book review. Now today, I want to do a review on issue 11 of Conan the Barbarian. Now, it I've been having so much fun with this series. I always enjoyed like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies when I was a kid. It was something one of my grandparents showed me. My grandfather actually showed me when I was younger, and he was actually a big fan of all the like original Robert E. Howard novels. So when I found out, Marvel was doing it, relaunching and doing a Conan book, I was just really excited to be able to dive into that, world of Conan. And dude, this one has just been so much fun. I think Jason Aaron has been slaying it. The artist Muhammad Asrar. I'm sure I just butchered that so bad. I don't know if it's Muhammad. It might be just Muhammad Asrar. I believe that is it. It's just like spelled a different way. Matthew Wilson on the colors. Dude, the saddest thing is that Jason Aaron is ending on issue 12, and it looks like Jim Zub is taking over on issue 13. So that is my only like gripe, that this series from Jason Aaron is about to end, because this has been my favorite Conan book. I mean, I really enjoyed the first arc of that Savage Sword where he's like on a pirate ship and everything, but this has been my main one. So I really am. I'm a bit nervous to see where Jim Zub is gonna take it. Even though his gambler Conan story in Savage Sword was pretty good, but it just hasn't been touching this Jason Aaron. You can just tell he has so much knowledge for this character. I remember him posting stuff on Instagram that he literally had like the entire Conan novel collection. So you can just tell he's a huge fan, and he takes pride in this story. And I've just had so much fun. It just takes me right back to like, they should take Jason Aaron's 12-issue run and turn this into a movie for real. Like, come on, Marvel. I don't know if you got movie rights to Conan, but this one is pretty interesting. If you notice, this cover is absolutely beautiful. And basically, Conan wakes up almost as if he's fallen from a tree. And, he wakes up as like a little boy. And first thing he sees is his mother and father. And he's like, huh? That's impossible. You guys are dead. And he's like, what's impossible, son? Like, you're home. And you're here where you belong, and you'll be staying here for like forever, he actually says. And he looks and he's like, no, this isn't right. Like Conan is a little boy at a teenage boy, if anything. And he quickly gets a smack in the head from his father, and he just knows something is off. And he just can't piece it together. He almost thinks that his entire life was a dream. He's like, was it just a dream? All those adventures, everything I went through. But quickly, he figures out that, it's just something weird is going on. And his parents are like fighting this war, and he has like no reason. Like, there's no reason why, really. It's just they fight. Because that's what like these people do. And one thing, when he gets to kind of take a glimpse of his village, he takes it all in, and he's like, this was the village I was born in. Looks at this tree that he used to climb as a kid. But what is it? Conan quickly knows that this isn't the Samaria though that he grew up in. The people are just different. And walks off and goes to climb this mountain, because they keep talking about the mountain. Cause like, what was it? Conan goes to what's happening. Why fighting? Why are they fighting these people? Like, this mother and father reply to his life in the shadow. They live their life in the shadow of the mountain. That's what it is. And they're like, this is the life. This is like all we know. This is the life everlasting in the name of Crom. And quickly knows this isn't Samaria and walks off. Yeah, that's exactly it. I was trying to figure that out, because I take a lot of notes, but I did this like a day or two ago, and I'm just getting to record this. But, so he starts climbing this mountain, and he climbs for hours and hours and hours. And he's like, where the hell am I? And basically, he almost he's like the mountain, and then begins to speak to him the way mountains do, and that's with an avalanche. So quickly he finds out that the mountain doesn't want him to get to the other side. It keeps like kicking him off basically and telling him to screw off in a way. But Conan is one hard guy to knock down, let alone. But it's another thing. He's just one hard guy to stop. Period. You can knock him down 100 times and he's gonna get back up every time. And this book just shows that, honestly. And he knew that the mountain was saying, after that avalanche, was basically saying in its own way, "Stop climbing me." But Conan knew a threat when he heard it. But threats never dissuaded Conan the Cimmerian, and not even the threats of a mountain would scare Conan. There was no avalanche waiting for him on this next climb. Instead, Conan discovered he wasn't alone on this mountain, and he ends up finding this freaking what was she? A great cat fought like a mother protecting its cubs, protecting its home, and he literally gets eaten by this thing. Yeah, literally the craziest thing. Every time he gets his ass whooped and killed by a bunch like monsters, beasts, like everything you can think of, this mountain hits him with, and literally, every time if it's a beast or an animal or whatever, they always drag him down to the end of the mountain and then kill him. And the cat did no different. He actually dragged him down to the foot of the mountain and took its sweet time devouring his innards. Legit, that's the words. It's crazy, man. The barbarian laid there for more days than he could count, but when he could rise again, he did. And like I said, there were storms that knocked him back down. There were swarms of beasts. Majestic monsters. Each of them escorted Conan off the mountain in their own way. They broke his bones. They tore his flesh. They spilled his blood. More blood than any living body could possibly possess. But bones and flesh will always heal when the spirit is strong. This dude, man, and the art, just so good in this. But finally, he actually gets to the top, over and over. He just keeps going. And he gets to the top, and he's got like a long beard and everything, and long hair. He quickly notices that there's a bunch of swords around these stones, and he's like, more people have been here than just me. And quickly, the mountain actually, I don't know if he he knows it's the mountain, and he's like, yeah, the others came to leave their swords as offerings out of respect, but not you. He's like, the voice shook the ground. Conan felt words rattle his bones. There are many things churning in your gut, barbarian, but respect is not one of them. And he's like, leave my mountain. And Conan screams like, whose mountain? Like, who the hell are you? And he says like, who the devil are you? But he's like, you want me off your mountain? You better, come show yourself and make me get off your mountain, dude. And he's like, the mountain's like, you are as arrogant as you are blind. Return to your village and be grateful that I allow you your endless toil. He's like, allow me? He's like, I am Conan, son of Samaria, and no one has ever given me anything that I didn't take with my own damn. And then, some like fists come out of the ground and knock his ass out. He's like, your sorcery be damned. Show yourself, coward, or by all the gods. And he's like, the gods? What do you know of gods, little man? Nothing. And he's like, you don't even know when you're standing in the presence of one. And dude, we get this awesome reveal. And I mean, I knew what was coming, honestly, but it was just, I love the story and how it leads up. And quickly, he knows that this is Crom. And the mountain is Crom himself. But that means, and he's like, yes, Conan of Samaria, it means you're dead. So, as you saw in issue 10, those little freaking twin demon creatures, or they weren't creatures, they were humans, but those little evil twins gutted him, man. and quickly trembles. Crom the mountain. What was it? He's like, you bled out like a little weak goat in that temple of blood sucking bastard Razel. I love that. You bled out like a little weak goat. Oh my god. Mishap, you should have mustered the same stubbornness in your last moments of life that you dared show me here. And he's like, I died? Like, he's like, I always knew this day would come, but, after all those years surviving by the skin of my teeth and the edge of my blade against wild pigs and Stygian wizards, he's like, an entire army of Kozaki martyrs. In the end, I was slain by 2 small children. Like, all them people he took out, 2 small kids take him out. And Conan just starts laughing, like, at the, pulling a Joker laugh. Ha 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 ha. And Crom's like, dude, you're strange, man. And all the more reason for you to be gone from this place. You belong in the mist below with the rest of your people. Never climb this mountain again, or your God will teach you there's far worse fates than death. And he's like, but what will happen to the world from the living, Conan says. And, basically he starts saying that Razel is going to take over and ravage the world for a time, most likely until the gods make war and set things right. But he's like, but not this god. I ain't getting involved. I don't give a shit about none of that. And he's like, such nonsense tends to happen every eons or so. Crom cares not. And Conan gets so pissed at that. He straight, throws his sword right at him. And gets so pissed that, he's like, dude, like, you'd give up on your people like that? He's like, because he even says, he's like, boy, you must be the biggest fool, greatest fool that was ever born. And he was like, I was a king, greatest kingdom in all the land, which means I know the responsibilities that come with the crown. Your people will die, and you care not? He's like, they are truly my people. Then they all have the spark they need to fight and survive. I spit it into their guts when they were still in the womb, just as I did you, O mighty king. And he's like, I never prayed. Conan quickly goes, I never prayed to you for nothing. Not once, not even in death or madness breathing down my neck. He's like, then good, don't start now. He's like, but no one prays to you. Your people never look to the gods to solve their problems. But our prayers are not. If you won't help them now in their hour of greatest need, then perhaps someone needs to spit some courage in the guts of Crom. Like, god damn, this dude is a... Man, I just love this Conan. This is the Conan, man. Like, god damn, bro, this dude is savage. And again, he's like, you would dare speak to me? Do you even know what it means to be a god? And Conan's like, no, but I'll show you. He's like, I carried your name across the kingdom known to man, to the dark corners where no one ever heard of Crom. I bent those kingdoms to my last will, every last one, from Samaria to the throne of Aquiliona, and you never even noticed, did you? And he's like, no. But you have my attention now. And quickly Crom hits him with some power. Dude, like, I just can't say enough about this issue. I mean, these, particularly issue 10 and 11, have just been so amazing. I have just had so much fun with them. He's been trickling this story, like, the whole series, and finally, we're getting the outcome, and it's nuts. And I cannot wait to see Conan, kick some ass and take names in issue 12. You spoke of spit, mine is a blizzard. Now are you ready to leave my mountain? Conan's like, no. Because when he does that, he actually ages him. Whatever he does to him basically hits him with so much power that it ages him. And he's like, Razel must be stopped. No matter what. Never stop fighting in the name of Crom. Like, god damn. And he's like, so be it. I warned you, there are worse fates. There are fates way worse than death, Conan. Now you will see the truth of my words. I curse you, man of Samaria. You will grow old. Your flesh will wither. Your strength will fail you. You will see your glory dim with your fading eyes. You will become a pale shadow of yourself, lost and forgotten. And the day will come when you will wish that all your heart that you had stayed here, that you had stayed dead. And on that day, know that I will be watching and that Crom will smile. Man, it's so good. It is so good. And then, he wakes up in the tower. We cut to the Tower of Razel, and you get the twins going, "Do you feel it, brother? The power of our bloody lord?" "I feel it, sister. By all the gods, do I feel it." Ha! And they're looking like they look like the Twisted Twins. Like, oh my god, they look sick. And now begins the great age of Razel. Or, I don't know, is that how you pronounce it? Razel? Or, yeah, that's the only way. I'm not gonna try to mess with that. And then Conan waking up with 2 swords still in his chest from how issue 10 ended, like hell it does. Oh my god, like, look at that. God damn. I just can't wait. I cannot wait for this issue 12. I cannot believe Jason Aaron is stopping. I mean, he killed it with these 10 issues. I wonder what he's taken up. That he's ending, King Thor, now he's ending Conan. Man, I really wanted this to be just his ongoing book. I really did, and it's such a bummer. It's such a bummer. But we'll see what Jim Zub does. I'll definitely be giving it a shot. I can't promise I'll stay on it. But I love Conan so much, so it's going to be hard for me to drop it. It's got to be a bad story. But it is going to be such a bummer to see Jason Aaron and Muhammad Asrar leave this series. And I don't know if Matthew Wilson's been on all the issues, but his coloring was amazing in this. Just the art, the writing, so good. But hey, guys, that's it for now. I can't say enough about this issue. But if you wouldn't mind, if you're new to my channel, or, as always, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and hitting that bell so you get all notifications when I drop a video. Thanks again, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.